Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. on NewsTalk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. So Facebook will be taking aim at fake news. We've known that they have been debating whether or not to take on fake news and really debating what to do about fake news on the social media behemoth. The question is, how will they roll this out? Well, it looks pretty simple. They're not blocking any websites per se. Instead, what they're doing is allowing users and also using different algorithms and everything else that they may use to flag different stories that may be considered fake news. They're going to be partnering up with fact-checking organizations that sometimes lean to the left. If you remember, not all of these fact-checking websites are always fact-checking, but they're going to be getting together with fact-checking websites to help determine whether or not a story is true. It will allow users to flag different stories. It'll also see what stories aren't being shared by users after users read the story, as maybe, that might be a story that is fake, because no one is sharing that story. So they're going to be taking a lot of different looks and seeing exactly what they can do. Facebook feels it's in their best interest to cut down on fake news. I know there are a lot of Republicans, conservative, social media users that think that they're going to be targeted, and it could happen. I don't want to rule that out, that places like the Daily Caller or even Breitbart, and I know some people like Breitbart, some people don't. I happen to think that Breitbart, Texas, is at times a heck of a lot better than Breitbart, but Breitbart still nails things. Now, there are still stories where I think they're completely off, but they still nail it on some news items. So will Facebook completely deny Breitbart for being posted? No, but it may flag some stories as fake news. Places like InfoWars will be flagged as fake news, as probably most of the time it should be. And you know what? Take a look on the liberal side. There might be stories from Mother Jones or Vox or other sites that are flagged as fake news. I think that you're going to see a lot of disagreement when it comes to users of Facebook, of what constitutes fake news or not. But for those on the right, listen, just because it has redpatriot.com in it doesn't mean that it's a good website to read stuff off of. You still have to verify where you get your information from. You have to verify whether or not some of the stories they're putting out there are true or not. It's what I do every single day when I go through and I do show research. There are websites that listeners will send me links to that I don't use because I don't feel as though it's a reputable website. To get news stories out to the public, it's my responsibility as someone on the radio to verify as much as I can the story that I'm talking about. And so I think that's what Facebook users are going to be looking at. Listen. If you're upset that Facebook is doing this, remember this. Facebook is a private company, okay? Facebook is a company. If they want to crack down on what they consider fake news, they're allowed to do it. They are their own company. If you feel as though they are going against your values, if you think that Facebook is only cracking down on conservatism, conservative thought, then leave Facebook. But remember, it is a company. They're allowed to crack down on what they think is fake news. We'll see how this turns out. I can see how it'll just start a lot of bitching between some users. I can see that. I hope it doesn't. But I can see where conservatives are flagged a lot more than liberals on this. We saw that on Twitter in the past. We've seen it in other places as well. I hope it doesn't happen on Facebook. kind of do what I do. I'll post some news on Facebook from time to time. But really it's about updating, keeping up with friends and family and all that kind of stuff. The places where I'll share more news and more of my opinion, is on Twitter. That's where I'll share more of my opinion on because people are following you there, for a reason. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Have a great weekend. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, Chad Hasty Radio. We'll talk to you later.